The Arc de Triomphe de l'Etoile, one of the largest triumphal arches in the world, was originally envisioned by Napoleon Bonaparte as a tribute to his imperial armies. The structure was modeled after arches found in classical Roman architecture and was designed by Jean Chagrin. In fact, the monument was specifically modeled after the Arch of Titus, one of the two remaining triumphal arches still standing in the Forum Romanum. In the early stages of the project's construction, Chagrin faced criticism from his architectural peers, as he believed that the arch became too sculptural and decorative. He responded to a few of these criticisms by simplifying the building, removing several sets of columns from all sides of the arch, and decreasing the amount of sculptures present on the facade. As the structure became simpler and more monolithic, it began to move away from the original model of the Arch of Titus, and became more similar to another arch in Paris, the Porte Saint-Denis, designed by François Blondel. Construction on the project came to a halt in 1814, after Napoleon was finally defeated, and did not recommence until 1823, when King Louis XVIII came into power. He decreed the arch to be completed immediately with no further revisions, sticking fairly close to Chagrin's original design. The monument was finally completed in 1833, and was officially inaugurated by the late king 3 years later in 1836. The building is the climax of the Champs-Elysees, one of the most famous and beautiful streets in the world. What is now the nation's most highly regarded avenue originally began as nothing but empty fields outside of central Paris. In 1616, Marie de Medici decided to extend the gardens of her palace with a long path lined with trees. In 1667, the avenue was redesigned by the celebrated landscape designer André de Loche, who transformed the area into an extension of the palace gardens. The road was later extended to reach the Place de l'Etoile, the current location of the Arc de Triomphe. The avenue made its most modern transformation in 1838, shortly after the completion of the arc, when Ignace Torf, the architect responsible for redesigning the Place de la Concorde, laid out the plans for the Jardin des Champs-Elysees. Included in this design were sidewalks, fountains, and gas-fueled street lamps, which helped to attract large crowds and increase the construction of buildings and businesses along the avenue. The latest modification came in 1994, when the sidewalks were widened to create increased space for pedestrian use, which consequently lowered the amount of automobile traffic available in the area. The Champs-Elysees is now visited by thousands of people every day, flocking from all corners of the globe to experience the most beautiful avenue in the world. The Arc de Triomphe is particularly significant for several reasons. One, its almost obelisk-like structure has caused it to become one of the most prolific icons of French culture, next to the ubiquitous Eiffel Tower. The simplicity, mass, and sheer size of the arch creates a space that is both awe-inspiring and eternal. Next, its construction was commissioned by one of the most powerful and well-known emperors in the history of modern man, which stands as a testament to its importance to French history and culture. Finally, its physical placement at the head of the Champs-Elysees, one of the most well-known avenues across the globe, places it perpetually in the public eye, a beacon of French culture, pride, and tradition.